My girlfriend thought I'd never check her group chat. But when I saw her type, "He's just a placeholder until my ex wants me back," something died inside me. I didn't argue. I just waited until her birthday, then gifted her a framed screenshot in front of everyone. Her best friend covered her mouth and cried, "You sent that." She just stood frozen as I walked out because I'm not a jealous guy. Never have been. I always thought relationships were about trust, and I lived by that. Cassidy was my girlfriend for almost a year. We lived together, shared bills, made plans for trips, and even talked about getting a dog together. I thought we were on the same page. We met through a coworker of mine who brought her to our Friday night trivia thing in downtown Spokane. She wasn't supposed to be there. Said she almost skipped it but changed her mind at the last minute. She made a joke during the game about me being way too serious for a Friday night, and that was it. We clicked. Things moved fast. Too fast, maybe, but I didn't care. I'd been through enough in my past to know when something felt right. And with Cassidy, it did. At least at the start. She had this way of lighting up a room. Not in the fake influencer way, but in a real way that made people lean in when she talked. Her laugh made people smile. I liked that about her. She wasn't afraid to be loud, to be silly. And she made me feel chosen. But as time went on, things shifted. I didn't want to admit it at first. I noticed she started hiding her phone more. She used to scroll openly next to me on the couch, even show me dumb memes or gossip from her friends. Then she started tilting the screen, locking it quick if I walked by. If I asked who she was texting, her answers got vague. One night, we were sitting on the couch, watching something mindless on Netflix. Her phone buzzed. She picked it up, typed something fast, then smiled to herself. I asked what was funny. She said, "Oh, nothing. Just the girls being dramatic." Then she set it down face down. I let it go. That's on me. I told myself not to be controlling. I told myself that if I started snooping, I was the problem. But 2 weeks before her birthday, something happened. She was in the shower. Her iPad was on the coffee table. I didn't go looking. That's the honest truth. It dinged, and my eyes just glanced over. I saw a group chat notification come up. Name of the group: The Girls Nail Polish Kiss Mark Wine Glass. Then another message popped up. From her. I saw it clear as day. Cassidy. TBH. I'm just keeping him around until Trevor pulls his head out of his ass. Placeholder boyfriend, LOL. I froze. I read it 3 times to make sure I wasn't misunderstanding. I wasn't. She was talking about me, calling me a placeholder. Trevor was her ex. The one she said cheated. The one she swore up and down she'd never go back to. And here she was, in her group chat, laughing about how I was just a seat filler until Trevor decided to take her back. Something snapped in me. Not loud. Not angry. Just something inside me went still. I didn't confront her. I didn't yell. I didn't ask her to explain. Instead, I took a screenshot. Then I saw the next message in the thread. Mia, her best friend girl, what? He literally adores you. Why would you say that? I took a screenshot of that too. Then I set the iPad back where it was. Went into the bathroom. Brushed my teeth like nothing had happened. Kissed her goodnight when she got out of the shower. And I waited. Her birthday was coming up. She was throwing a big party at her friend Rachel's house. Big yard, lots of fairy lights, food trucks, her parents flying in from Boise. She was giddy about it for weeks. She kept saying she couldn't wait to see what I was getting her, how she hoped it was something meaningful. I said it was. She laughed and hugged me, said, "You always come through." I kept playing the part. I helped her plan, printed signs for the party, even helped Rachel build a balloon arch. I made her playlist, arranged for cupcakes from her favorite bakery, and told her I'd take care of the gift last minute. 3 days before the party, I printed the screenshot, had it enlarged and framed at a local print shop. I picked a matte black frame with a sleek finish. No note, no card, just the truth, under glass. The night of the party came. People were everywhere. Her coworkers, her college friends, a few neighbors, her parents, and even Trevor's name came up in passing once or twice from her old circle. Around 8 p.m., after everyone had eaten and her dad gave a toast, she stood up to make her own little speech. She thanked everyone for coming, said how lucky she felt, then looked right at me and said, "And thank you, babe, for always being the most thoughtful, most generous man. I don't know what I did to deserve you." I smiled. Then I handed her the box. She opened it in front of everyone. Her expression didn't change right away. She just stared at it, not understanding. Then she read it. Her face fell. The crowd went quiet. You could hear the music from the neighbor's house. Then Mia stepped closer, saw what was in the frame, and said, loud enough for everyone to hear, "You sent that." Cassidy didn't speak. She didn't deny it. Her mouth opened, but no words came out. I looked her in the eye and said, "Happy birthday. Hope you get what you're waiting for." Then I turned and walked toward the front gate. She came after me. "Wait, please. That was just a stupid joke." "You don't understand." I turned around, looked her dead in the face. "You don't call someone who loves you a placeholder. That's not a joke. That's who you are." Then I got in my car and drove off. I didn't stop, didn't text, didn't answer the dozen calls that came in later. But that wasn't the end. 2 days after the party, I blocked her number. I deleted her on every platform. I wasn't trying to be dramatic. I just couldn't stand the thought of seeing her name pop up. But it didn't stop there. That Monday, I showed up at work and found a paper bag on my desk. Inside were some of my things from Cassidy's apartment: a sweatshirt, a toothbrush, a book I was halfway through. On top was a sticky note in her handwriting. It said, "Please talk to me. I messed up." I threw it in the trash. But it didn't end. That night, Mia, her best friend, texted me from a number I didn't know. "Mia, I'm sorry about everything. You didn't deserve that." I tried telling her to fix it before it was too late. I stared at the message for a while. I almost ignored it, but curiosity got the best of me. "Me, she said anything to you after?" "Mia, she's a mess. Keeps saying she didn't mean it like that. She told us Trevor texted her a few weeks ago, and she panicked. She says she doesn't even want him anymore. Just didn't want to be alone. That hit a nerve. Didn't want to be alone. So I was just convenient." Later that week, Cassidy sent an email. I didn't read most of it, but the subject line burned into my head. "Can we please talk just once?" I deleted it. Then I got a text from a mutual friend saying Cassidy had quit her job. She'd been crying at her desk for days and just stopped showing up. I thought that was it. Done. But I was wrong. 2 weeks after the party, Trevor showed up at my apartment. I didn't even recognize him at first. Tall guy, smug face, looked like he spent too much time in the gym and not enough time in therapy. He knocked, real hard. I opened the door halfway. "You him?" he asked. "Who the hell are you?" "Trevor. Cassidy's real boyfriend." I laughed. "She said the same thing about you." He stepped closer. "Too close. You embarrassed her. In front of everyone. You think you're some hero?" I think I dodged a bullet. He shoved the door. I shoved it back harder and said, "Try that again, and you'll be the one crying at your ex's birthday." He stared at me, fists clenched, but he backed off. As he walked away, he said over his shoulder, "She cried about you. Guess you mattered after all." It should have made me feel better. It didn't. The next day, Mia texted again. "Mia, she's gone. Moved back to Boise to stay with her parents. She's not doing well. Just thought you should know." I almost replied. Almost. But I didn't. Because that wasn't the end either. There was still more to come. A month passed. I started to feel normal again. I was going to the gym more, working late on purpose, even started casually seeing someone, a bartender named Lexi from a dive bar near Gonzaga. She knew I wasn't ready for anything serious, and that was fine. She was cool with it. Then, out of nowhere, I got a message from Cassidy's mom. Yeah, her mom. It was on Facebook Messenger. I didn't even know we were friends on there. "Mrs. Dellinger, hi. I know this is strange. I just wanted to say I'm sorry for what happened. Cassidy hasn't been herself. She won't eat. She barely sleeps. I don't expect you to respond. Just wanted you to know she really regrets what she did." I read it a few times. Didn't reply. But that message cracked something. Not enough to reach out, but enough to start thinking about it again. Then another twist came. Lexi and I were having drinks one night at her place. She stepped out to take a call. When she came back, her face was weird. Pale. "What's wrong?" I asked. She hesitated. Do you know someone named Cassidy?" I sat up. "Why?" "She just called me. Said she saw your car parked outside. She said she was your ex-fiancé and warned me to be careful." I blinked. "What? She called you?" Lexi nodded. "She was crying. Said you hurt her. Said you humiliated her and that you lie to women." I sat back, stunned. She's lying. We were never engaged. Lexi just nodded slowly. "Yeah, I figured." Still, something about that shook me. Cassidy had driven back from Boise, or had someone watching me. How the hell did she even know who Lexi was? That night, I double-checked my privacy settings, locked down social media, changed passwords. I even started parking down the block. But it wasn't over. The next week, my boss pulled me into his office. "I got a weird email about you," he said. My heart dropped. She didn't say her name. Just said you were emotionally unstable and not safe to work with women. I felt sick. "Are you serious?" He nodded. "I'm not taking it seriously unless something else happens. But I wanted you to know. I knew it was her. Who else would do that?" I didn't have proof. But I didn't need it. Cassidy had gone from cold to cruel. From using me to trying to ruin me. And I knew, without a doubt, it wasn't over. It didn't take long for me to decide what to do. I'd kept quiet long enough. No more turning the other cheek. No more playing nice. I started by gathering every message, screenshot, email, and voicemail. I organized them in a folder. Everything from the group chat message, her mom's Facebook note, Lexi's call log, even a screenshot of my boss's forwarded email. Then I did something I never thought I'd do. I contacted an attorney. Not to sue. Not yet. But to protect myself. I needed to get ahead of whatever Cassidy was planning. The lawyer helped me draft a cease and desist. It outlined every incident. It warned that if she didn't stop contacting me or anyone in my life, we'd move forward with a restraining order and possibly a harassment suit. I mailed it certified. I made sure she had to sign for it herself. 3 days later, I got a message from Mia. "Mia, she's furious. Screaming at everyone. Says you're turning her life into a war zone." I didn't reply. A week passed. Then something strange happened. I got a call from an unknown number while I was at the store. I ignored it. It left a voicemail. It was Cassidy. Her voice was shaking. She sounded like she'd been crying for hours. "You win," she said. "Okay. You win. You destroyed me. You made everyone hate me. I lost everything. My job. My friends. Trevor dumped me again. My mom won't even look at me." She paused. "I was stupid. I was selfish. I thought I could play games and still keep you. But you weren't a game. You were the only good thing I had. I just didn't know it until I lost it." Another pause. "I hope it was worth it." Then she hung up. That should have been the end. But part of me didn't feel relief. I just felt empty. I kept thinking about all the ways I let it get this far. All the red flags I ignored. The lies I let slide. I didn't stand up for myself soon enough. I let love blind me. And when I finally acted, I scorched the earth. Was it justified? Maybe. But there was still blood on my hands. Weeks later, I ran into Mia at a coffee shop. She looked tired. We talked for a minute. Then she said something I didn't expect. "She's leaving," Mia said. "Moving to Phoenix. Starting over. Says she can't live here anymore." I nodded. "Maybe that's best." She looked at me carefully. "You got your revenge," she said. "But it broke her. Just so you know." I thought about that all the way home. Did I regret it? No. But it changed me. I don't trust like I used to. I don't fall fast anymore. I watch everything closer. I don't assume love means loyalty. And every time I pass by that print shop on Maple Street, I remember the frame I had made. The one that told the truth. The one that ended it all.